Morning folks, and welcome back. I'm finally back out on the trail today. I'm completing the final leg of the Norfolk Coast footpath. Been dying to get back out here. It's been ages since I've been up on the coast, and it is lovely. Weather-wise, it's not so great. It's raining lightly now, but there's a lot of weather coming in, and we're due for some pretty heavy rain for much of the day. So I'll apologise now. I'm going to have to put the big camera away when that rain comes in, and just film mostly on the GoPro. I'm sort of fully togged up. I've got my waterproofs on, and hopefully I'll stay reasonably dry. But despite what the weather's going to throw at me, I'm thoroughly looking forward to this. Good way to blow the old cobwebs away after Christmas and sort of celebrate the new year. As you get beyond Sea Palling, behind the dunes, you'll see Waxham Barn. This is the longest surviving thatched barn in England and dates from the 16th century, but it's now open as a visitor attraction. There's exhibits, and they sell food as well. Just past some seal pups back there. I think they were Atlantic grey seals. I'm not really up on my seals, but I think that's what they were, because they're the ones that come and pup on this bit of coastline during the winter months. We also get the harbour seals here, and they give birth along this same bit of coast during the summer. Yeah, really nice to see them. I've seen pups here, or seals here before, just not quite so many, and not quite so close. Just give them a really wide berth if you see them. You know, they're often cordoned off areas. Just keep well back, give them plenty of space. There was one actually on the sea defence that I'm walking along just there, but I managed to get down the beach and get around it and give it a good wide berth. I've left the beach and walked back up into the dunes. The tide's coming in, and as it does, the seals are just moving further and further up the beach, and I need to give them a bit more space. Just down below me is a big group of seals. They're all adults, adult females. It looks like some bulls as well. Looks like they might be fighting over the females, and I certainly wasn't going to go down there and get too close to all that going on, that's for sure. Across the back of the dunes there is the old Waxham Sands holiday park. Doesn't look like much today when it's all closed and wet and miserable and horrible. But I've had many a happy family summer holiday down there, that's for sure. It's one of a few campsites along this little stretch, so if you're looking for accommodation, it might be an option. You know, there's a shop, there's hot food to take away, there's all the usual bits and bobs, and you know, it's only just across the dunes from the beach. I've just ducked into this old pillbox at Horsey. It's quite busy around here. It's the kind of official seal spotting kind of area. There's a car park and a snack bar and volunteers here that kind of like man the place. And it's the sort of recommended place to come and see the seals on the beach. So if you're thinking about just coming to see the seals, this would be the place to come. Horsey Gap, it's called. But it's just nice to get out of that weather for a second. Yeah, one of many of these old concrete pillboxes along the coast. This one actually is in not too bad condition, and it doesn't smell of pee, which is nice. Yeah, I'll just have a few minutes here. Might even have a little bite to eat and a drink of water before pushing on. From Horsey, the path continues along the back of the dunes as it did before, and this place has a really wild feel to it. There's a stunted birch woodland to the right hand side, which at this time of year just looks really red, well, a dark red, kind of eerie looking. And to the left you've got the dunes and obviously the beach behind. stopped for a bit of lunch. I've just ducked down off the dunes into this little birch woodland for a bit of shelter. It's lovely in here, nice and calm. Let's cut the wind out completely. I'm just having some cheese and crackers for my lunch with a bit of chili jam left over from Christmas. Lovely. The section of ground behind the dunes that I'm walking through now is called the Valley. The people of Winterton, you know, fed up of being at threat from the sea, like a lot of villagers along here, decided to do something about it, and they planted marram grass in the dunes way back as early as the 18th century. These grasses have a complex root system which stabilizes the dunes, and it's created a kind of a buffer against the sea, really. And you can see why they've called it the Valley. You know, it's a low-lying area, protected behind the dunes there, with the sea crashing away on the other side. Well, I found a bonus little spot at the back of the beach here. It's behind the cedar fences. There's a load of boulders at the back of the beach. There is cedar fences, and then there's a path, and then there's this little area. It's flat. Somebody's camped here before. There's evidence of a fire pit. I'm not going to have a fire because I haven't got any wood, although to be honest, warming up would be nice. This weather's supposed to clear through in the next hour, which is great because I'm absolutely drenched to the skin. I've got waterproofs on, but I've still got wet. It's come through. Yeah, this looks like a good spot. I'm just about in Caister, which is where I wanted to get to today. That's about half of this kind of remaining leg. Done about 10 miles, just over. So that's good. Yeah, and I'm feeling it. My shoulders are sore, my ankles are sore, and I just, yeah, I'd just like to kind of dry out a bit. I'm going to get my tent up, get inside, and get a hot drink on the go. And you know, once I got my waterproofs off, hopefully my clothes will just sort of start to dry out. It's just been horrid. I haven't really been able to kind of show this section of coastline at its best, not when it's been so grey. It just looks bleak. And you know, I've been through all these little coastal villages. Just came through Hemsby there, and a place called California, nothing like the one on the west coast of the United States. But you know, they're all boarded up. It's winter time, everything's closed. They're like ghost towns. It's like sort of some sort of post-apocalyptic seaside Britain. Yeah. But hey ho, in the summer it's completely different. This place is heaving. Yeah, tent up. Oh, can't tell you how nice that is. I've got all my wet weather gear off, and I'm drying out slowly. I can see the steam bellowing off me now that I'm in here, and with the wind cut off, it's quite warm in here actually. Oh, this is lovely. Amazing the wonders of a hot drink. I'm going to get on with dinner because I'm getting cold here, waiting for dinner time. It's not quite 5 o'clock, but I'm hungry and I just want some hot food. I've got a 3-course dinner. I've got a cup of soup as a starter, and I can have that while I wait for my main meal to rehydrate. I've got a mountain house meal, chicken and mashed potatoes, which I'm quite interested by because there's 2 whole chicken breasts in here apparently, which you rehydrate first and then you add the mashed potatoes, like herby mashed potatoes. So looking forward to trying that out. And then I've got some good old malt loaf to have for my pudding. I've also brought some hot sauce with me because I was a bit worried that just chicken and mashed potatoes, the beige dinner, might need a bit of zinging up. So I've got some good old PCF hot sauce just to give it a bit of zing. I brought my cozy along because I knew I wasn't going to want to take my my coat off and do my usual trick of putting it in the coat all wrapped up. I'll just leave that there to rehydrate while I enjoy my soup. I'm using my stove in my tent carefully. I've got it well away from the side, so there's no chance of the flames getting anywhere near the nylon. And I've got the vent at the top of the door wide open. The stove is underneath that vent. But what it is doing, of course, is putting even more moisture into this tent, which is already running on the inside. You know, there's water evaporating off me, off my clothing, and off the ground that I pitched on. And now we've added steam from boiling water into the mix. So it is a little bit like a Turkish bath in here, but it's nice and warm. Gonna make this a bit easier to eat by cutting the top of the packet off. Actually, that's not bad. There's a lot more flavour than I was expecting. Despite how tasty it is, I'm going to zing it up a bit. I've got some PCF slice here, and it's got all sorts in it. Bird peppers, tomato, shallots, olive oil, garlic, onion, vinegar, spice, nutritional yeast, whatever that is, basil, cayenne, coconut, nectar, gum and sea salt. Oh, it smells good. Oh, probably shouldn't put too much in from past experiences. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm assuming bird peppers. Whew. Or those bird's eye chilies. Yeah, that's got a zing. Let me mix that through well. I've got my bed all set up. I've got a nice warm sleeping bag, and I've just put some water on for a hot chocolate. It's a new hot chocolate from Finland. I've not tried it before. Thank you, Kenneth. I'm also looking forward to clambering into my pit and being warm and getting dry. The top half of me's warm enough, but my feet are cold. They got wet today, despite having waterproof boots and waterproof socks. I think my trousers underneath my waterproofs were wet, and obviously they then wetted my socks, and they just acted like a wick, and my feet got wet and got cold. But that's all right. They'll dry. They'll dry overnight. Yeah, it's been an amazing day, despite the weather. I mean, the weather has been awful, but fantastic beaches, big open wild areas. All those seals. I mean, yeah, the seals are just stunning. I've never seen so many. Yeah, that is certainly a highlight, I think, not only of this leg but of the whole walk. Yeah, all that time ago when I started in Nettershall, walked up the Peddars Way and along the coastal path. It's taken me years, and I'm nearly at the end. Yeah, it's been a good walk. Today's been a good day. Tomorrow should be better weather-wise. It's looking like there's going to be some sun, which will be nice. Be nice not to be walking in waterproofs. Be a bit warmer and a bit more comfortable, that's for sure. It's going to be a very different walk tomorrow as we approach Great Yarmouth, which is a massive, very, very popular seaside destination, seaside town in the summer months. Yeah, and obviously there's everything that you would expect, you know, loads and loads and loads of arcades, a big pleasure beach, you know, with rides and stuff on the beach there. Quite different to everywhere else we've seen along this trail. Yeah, but that's tomorrow. I'm going to get this hot chocolate down, clamber into my sleeping bag and get a good night's sleep. Good night.